Hello and welcome to Quell. Now, believe it or not, I did a video on hotel safety about 3 years ago, and I've done a few little shorts since then, and I did a short the other day in relation to a trick that was being used. Now, I don't know if this was staged or it was an intentional of someone trying to get into a room. However, when I sent that out, I got a lot of feedback from people, and even when I've been out doing my job, risk assessing, staff safety, a lot of the staff have been coming up and saying, well, I do travel and I am a bit worried about my personal safety. So we had a conversation, and I just don't want to tell you how to book a hotel. I don't want to tell you how to live your life and be worried about, or go away and stay in hotels and be concerned about an incident, but they are actually happening. I've had quite a few staff say people have tried their doors. I've had quite a few staff saying to me that they've had that feeling that someone's lurking outside their door. Believe it or not, I don't want to mention the hotel group, but once I got given a card to go up to my room, and when I accessed the room, there was a guy stood in the room, and I frightened the hell out of him, and I can understand why. And when I asked the hotel and said, look, at reception, you know you gave me a card for somebody else's room, it was a big laugh. Now, I know cost is a big thing about booking a hotel, but you should really consider where your hotel is located. If necessary, go on to Google Maps, have a look around the area, have a feeling that some people just book on the price or a deal where the hotel might not be located. I also say if you're traveling by public transport, are you close to the hotel? Do you have to walk far with your bag or your case? If you're parking, you have a car, can you park your car safely? Not being cruel here, but some hotels say they have parking, but when you read the fine print, your parking can be 300-400 meters away, or in my case once many years ago it was like a mile away. It's stupid. When you go into the hotel and you go to reception, inform them if you want that you're on your own. And that's a thing to me, that, especially, and I'm not being sexist as someone might say something, females, explain that. Explain that you are on your own, you're traveling, or if you're vulnerable, just explain that. And if you get a room, when you go in the room, if you are not happy, if you hear sounds from next door, or you're just not happy with the angle of where the door is, or you think you're away from, let's even say the lift or the stairs, say something. I've done it. I've gone down. I've said, look, I'm not happy with this because where they've positioned me, or I can hear arguing next door. And it's one of those things that I think some staff, when they're traveling on business, have a feeling that they can't say anything. Say it. When you're in the room, check the door locking system. Make sure it's secure. Not only that, I know it sounds daft with a lot, but is there an escape route? Now, I don't mean you're on the 5th floor and you can abseil out and jump out on a parachute. I'm not one about that, but can you get out through a window? Does the windows open? A lot of hotels now, for some reason, going for these sealed with this, what is it, this pure air or clear air or whatever it's called for the room. Yeah, okay. If there is a phone, check, does it work? Have you got a phone signal? Are you logged onto the Wi-Fi? You'd be so surprised. Over the years, I've spoken to staff that have been involved in some serious incidents in a hotel, and they've felt helpless in that context. So do you prop something up against your door when you're in the room to make sure it's secure? Some people say, well, I don't want to do that because in case of a fire hazard. Well, if you plan it the way you put your case, you'll be fine. And then also then just have a general look around the room that you feel safe. Don't forget, you could be woken up at 2-3 in the morning by something, and if you don't know your way around the room, or you're a bit nervous, it will quadruple and adrenaline will access your system. So it sounds silly, doesn't it, really? I mean, hotel safety, telling somebody to go in a room and have a look around and make sure they're safe, but the basics are there. Where is the hotel located? Do you need car parking? Is it close to the hotel? When you book in, have you got a decent room? Do you have to say something to them to say, look, I'm not being funny, but I'm traveling on my own, or I feel vulnerable? Doesn't matter. Who cares? Hotel staff are trained to support. When you go in the room, is the door locking properly? Is it secure? Can you lock it with a chain or a bolt? When you're in the room, have a look around. Do you feel comfortable? Is it a quiet room? Is it a noisy room? Are you screaming? Are you shouting? Because I have experienced that. Is there a window you can get out at a safe height? If there's a telephone, does it actually work? And then position things around the room if you need to. Move things, chairs. So if you have to get up in the middle of the night and there's no night light, that you don't walk into anything, and you can actually block the door, but you're confident enough you can move it. And don't forget, there's loads of devices you can get your hands on now. And I say to people, and I did a video recently on even this little doorstop, I think, and believe it or not, the amount of people that have actually come to me and said, where do you get that from? And I just says, just some of the pound or euro shops. You'd be so surprised. Stay safe whatever you're doing. I'm very interested in staff safety. So if you've got any tips or any ideas, let me know. And I promise you, I'll have a look at it. And if it's worth it or it's something that's good, I'll make a video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your support. I hope you follow on our LinkedIn page, and have a great day. Bye for now.